ندعو الآن كل من السيد مايكل بندر كيرلب رئيس منظمة الIMS والسيد يورغن رينهارد خبير التنمية الصناعية في منظمة اليونيدو لاستعراض الإطار المرجعي لدراسة متعددة العملاء لصناعة المستحضرات الدوائية في الخليج. فليتفضلا مشكورين. Mr. Michael Bender Kellev and Mr. York. Yes.
Yes. Well, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, let me begin by first of all thanking the organizers of this meeting today wholeheartedly for the invitation and for the hospitality that is being extended to me during my first visit to Doha. My name is Jurgen Reinhardt. I have been with UNIDO in Vienna for the last 19 years, and I've been working there as a project manager that over years has designed, conceptualized, implemented, and managed the implementation of, well, advisory and capacity building projects pertaining to an array of industrial development issues over the years. It is only since some 5 years ago that I've been involved with a new UNIDO activity that is related to strengthening the local production of essential generic drugs in developing countries and least developed countries. And I believe that this is the context in which my GOI colleagues approached UNIDO a few months ago and inquired about my participation in this, very educational meeting. Certainly for me it is. And I do have to let you know right up front that my exposure to this part of the world to date has been virtually nil. So I will try to, together with Michael Pender Cutler from IMS now go for something like or try to ignite something like a brainstorming and exchange session. I believe that after all these presentations so far, you would also be interested, and I think that is also foreseen in the program, to enter into some dialogues on where maybe we would jointly like to go. I would try to provide you with a more broader setting, whereas then in the second part of this, Michael Bender Cutler will take over and share with you four more articulate ideas as to this study that GOIC has been having in mind as to follow up from this or emerge and from this and follow up to this very meeting today. So why this session? A couple of remarks. Then I would try to refer you to the context related to supporting local pharmaceutical production, or in short LPP, as you might hear me saying more than once in developing countries. And then we can maybe very quickly and briefly pinpoint a few issues that would be might be of interest in accelerating the industry growth and upgrading in GCC. I mean, many of these have been, and even more, have been permeating from the various presentations already given this morning. Now, why this session? Okay, I guess I can be extremely quick here. That has been said. The idea was to see whether this is now time to have a new take at the pharmaceuticals, a multi-stakeholder study, building up on what has been done before, and taking account of what has been done by others in the recent past, so as to avoid duplication and really go for something new and value-adding that is really of relevance ultimately for the adversaries of this undertaking. GOIC proposed a few objectives that we might want to keep in mind in devising this strategy, but these are just some first proposals, and we would of course be very much willing to accommodate whatever other input yourselves would want to share. Now, IMS would have a particular take on markets, on investment, maybe healthcare infrastructure issues, building up on the enormous data collection that is part of database also that is part and parcel of the IMS work. And we from our side could perhaps say a few more things related to the sector development strategies and policies. And whereas I will not really dwell on the very global project that UNIDO has been working on for the last few years, let me just tell you that there are a few slides annexed to this presentation, so you will have it, and I will not talk about that. For those who are interested in some of the detail, at this stage, let me just say that this intervention seeks to, tries to adopt a holistic approach in fostering pharmaceutical industry in developing countries, notably also in LDCs, by intervening at policy level, at institutional level, and at sector or plant level. Policy level basically means to assist in multi-stakeholder dialogue that ultimately results in a mutually agreed upon sector development strategy outlining clear-cut homework, so to speak, and action needs for the various stakeholder groups. At the institutional level, a major emphasis is put on supporting business membership organizations, now in this case pharmaceutical manufacturers associations, be that as at national or sub-regional level. And when it comes to plant level support, the challenge has been, or the task has been so far, to assist companies in and escort companies along the quality path, that is, in their efforts to reach international quality standards or get certified, for instance, in the context of pre-qualification of a big and growing WHO quality assurance program. Now, what then is the overall context in which this debate clearly takes place? Now, and it's really, I was very pleased to learn about this event here, because we are looking at a most topical area that has really gained lots of prominence in the last few years at many levels. Now, it all started off in the context of improving access to essential drugs, and it was initially almost an exclusive focus on the three big pandemics, the HIV/AIDS and malaria and tuberculosis. That is what really put it on the table. But obviously, that is not enough. We are looking at access gaps with regard to many other communicable and non-communicable diseases, and some of the modern diseases that we have been referred to today. Certainly a part of this, there are World Bank and other projections that show clearly that in a few years' time, I think it was something like 2015, even across all developing countries, it would be the non-communicable diseases that would constitute the maximum, the biggest reason for death and disease category. So there are enormous opportunities here. Now, it is not the case that we wouldn't know what the challenges are on the various parts. They have been documented time and again, and that holds both for demand and for the supply sides. And that's why there's no need to reiterate them here. But these challenges are to be observed both in the public health realm and in the area of economic development. Now, obviously, in the area of health, we are talking about drug procurement, we are looking at storage, distribution, pricing, or rational use issues, and regulatory issues, to name but a few. And when it comes more to the economics of things, we look at purchasing power, funding constraints for procurement, but also for industry development, stockouts, vast penetration of markets with substandard and counterfeit drugs, and we also always are confronted with the